Hello and welcomes back everyone, and Wolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic, playing as Hask, my Sith warrior here, and we're still within the prelude of the Shadow of Revan expansion. We're now in the third part of the Forged Alliances series. We are meant to be getting a bit of mail from Lana Beniko asking us to meet her once again as the SIS agent Theron Shan Jakaro and his protocol droid, got ahead of one, C2D4, have discovered something of interest. So, let's buff ourselves up once again. Let's go see what they discovered.
Please use all products only as intended. Be well.
Glad to see you again, as always, but I'm afraid any further niceties will have to wait. I know I've mentioned before a strange disturbance within the Force, a sort of writhing mass tied to Darth Arcus. I thought I'd use my connection to Arcus to seek out others tied to the disturbance, Revanites working against us from within. I found a few.
Did you learn anything?
Theron Shan helped me decipher coded messages between the Revanites. Due to interference on Manaan, they've accelerated their schedule.
Now that they know they're up against us, who could blame them?
Darth Arcus is intelligent, manipulative, and immensely powerful. We mustn't get overconfident. There's another way to stop Arcus. Theron's traced his activities to Rakata Prime. He and Colonel Darroch are building their infinite army. And there's more. The implants they're using, they're made from pieces of the Starforge.
The Starforge? There was a machine on Nar Shaddaa that was built from it.
I'd heard rumors. It required virtually nothing to create almost anything. That was the Starforge's power as well. The Starforge was a Force-imbued, self-sustaining shipyard, Rakatan. It was destroyed centuries ago, but the Revanites have recovered some of the wreckage. Its technology makes the soldiers nearly immortal, seizes their minds as well, placing them under the Revanites' full control.
These fools will soon learn that only the Emperor is immortal. Ready a shuttle to Rakata Prime. We're going.
My shuttle is always prepped, my lord. Theron and Jakaro are waiting for us planetside. The sooner we depart for Rakata Prime, the better.
Okay. Then we get another story mode flashpoint, Legacy of the Rakata. Now, was it Rakata Prime that the Starforge was orbiting? I believe it may have been. It's been a while since I played the original Knights of the Old Republic. Honestly, we have to remember that the Rakata themselves, millennia ago, ruled most of the known galaxy. But I believe did they say it was a plague that went through their entire species, wiping them out? And since then, they've kind of reverted more to a tribalistic society, and haven't kind of expanded or developed technologically since.
Jakaro, D4.
Jakaro! Display at least a modicum of respect.
Hey, we're set to move on the Temple of the Ancients when you are.
That's the traitor's base of operations?
Yeah, the Rakata designed the Starforge in that temple thousands of years ago. Now it's Arcus and Derek's grunt factory.
Theron and I will be monitoring your progress from Jakaro's ship. We'll assist you as we can, keep you apprised of matters.
Yo, what? Jakaro, I agreed to no such thing. Wait, was this the talk with Agent Shan you powered me down for?
Should warn you, it's a rough road to the temple. The area's lousy with tribal Rakatans more than happy to fight. Found that out the hard way.
Wonderful! We're all going to die! Wonderful!
Remain focused and all will be well. I'm sure of it. We'll be in touch soon.
Okay. Onwards to the Temple of the Ancients.
If you see Colonel Derek, tell him hi for me.
I
With your
feel the dark
fist.
side everywhere. Remnants of the Starforge.
Okay. Here comes our combat support droid. Once again, we're still world synced to level 55.
Only the Force.
There are still some force-sensitive Rakatans around. Looks like the Mystics have a force push ability that they're attempting to use, but for the first 4 seconds after our force charge we are immune.
We'd hope to avoid much of the tribal area, but the terrain doesn't appear to be cooperating with us. You'll have to pass through the Rakatan settlement to get to the temple. It's further along the beach.
I wonder if these are... I think I've mentioned this many a time. I wonder if these are bits of wreckage from the Starforge, or wreckage of the fleet around the Starforge if you choose to destroy it. As I believe the blast did, or was meant to wipe out quite a bit of the fleet around it at the end of Knights of the Old Republic.
You're not going to surrender, are you?
Rancor. I do not envy you.
Did you just say Rancor? Farron, say again.
I'm not afraid of death.
Ah, lovely. A war chief there. Oh, bloody hell.
Afraid of death.
To be
Sensors
fair,
are showing a lot of movement in the temple. The Revanites are mustering their defenses. Derek and Argus are in there somewhere. Just keep moving.
don't need another hilt, another shielding hilt. Oh. This looks promising. Ooh. Some Revanite Jedi.
Only if I have to.
Overheard some Revanites near your position. Came across a cache of Rakata tech weapons. Might want to do something about that.
Unfortunately, we're destroying the Rakata weapons, rather than marking them for retrieval later.
You're not going to surrender, are you?
Oh, this seems like the entrance to the temple.
Look out, they put together a welcoming party for you. More of those cyborgs.
Of course they did. Led by Commander Rand, an Infinite Army officer.
I sense your hostility.
shut him down before he started flying some more. As I
Look
don't...
for a control console and open a channel there. I'll be able to slice into their systems remotely.
Sounds good. Another 306 mod. To be honest, kind of running out of space for shield enhancement mods. For all the lightsabers we have, we don't really need them anymore. We're not going to have too many tanking classes going into the future expansions anyhows. Bounty Hunter maybe, but it depends on what weapons we have equipped. We're going to go Assault Cannon. It's more of a DPS class. Going to need Alacrity or Critical Hits.
That's it, we're in. Theron?
Okay, according to the structural plans, the only way to get at the head Revanites is through that conscription center. The cyborgs are dormant for now, but they're set to go on high alert once they detect you. A console overload will fry them from the inside. Nope, can't work the power safeties from here. You'll have to do the honors.
A sound plan. Theron, why can't I get this sensor to work?
Because Jakaro isn't a big fan of upkeep? Probably a dead relay, I'll check it out.
Now that he's gone, might I recommend not doing as Theron suggests? An overload would destroy the data as well. The Empire might want its own infinite army someday. You would have to fight those cyborgs, but...
There goes any concern of you getting too cozy with the Republic spy.
Make no mistake, I serve the Empire.
As do I. We'll do this your way.
Hey, what happened? Why is the console still running?
We couldn't make it work. The room will have to be traversed the hard way.
Are you sure? What did you try?
Everything.
If you say so. Hey, those sensor relays were fine, by the way. Not sure what the problem is.
Was. The sensor appears to be working again.
So we could have fried all of the cyborgs we're bound to encounter.
Sense your hostility.
But that data could be useful in the future.
Arcus and Derek must know it's over for them. They've fled to the rooftop where they have a shuttle waiting.
We'll shoot them down if we have to, but we really need the chance to interrogate them.
Get to the roof. Hurry.
Hello. Time to get disintegrated again.
Wait! Jakaro still wishes to confront the men who betrayed him and left us for dead. As would I, actually.
Come on then. What's the matter, Arcus? Shuttle not ready yet?
We Revanites went through a great deal of trouble to reach this point in our campaign. For you to hamper our progress, it's regrettable. You, Lana. You were never anything more than pawns to us. Important pawns, but pawns all the same.
If you speak another word, it had better involve what you and your Revanites are planning.
So, this is where I outline our grand design, and then you decide whether or not to spare my life? This grotesque alien beast does have it partly figured out. Indeed, I won't cooperate, but I'm not fleeing. We will stand our ground and put an end to your perpetual interruption. Colonel?
If you could see what we were doing, what we want for the galaxy. But you can't see. You'll just have to die.
Right, here we go.
We're finishing this, here and now.
I can't wait.
Yours, Derek! Sweet vengeance!
I have you now. Die! You have them, Arcus. We've come too far to submit now. We are beyond any of you. We've come too far to submit now. They're yours, Derek. You have them, Marcus. You think you'll walk away from this?
Bloody hell.
Impossible. You have no chance.
It can't be.
You gotta do better than that. No. The plan!
Well, they had plenty of health. Thankfully, I don't think we really had to dodge any major mechanics there. Armoring will take... Yeah, that'll do. So, hopefully, we can access this computer and find out what their plans were with this infinite army, what the Order of Revan are up to. Nah, they weren't cooperating, and we couldn't get them monologuing either.
Arcus and Darok were never going to be taken alive. They were never going to talk.
I felt Darth Arcus's passing. This is an unfortunate turn.
Yes, you did. What a relief.
Blast it, those two were running a show. They were our best hope of exposing the Revanites.
No, they weren't in charge. The disturbance in the Force, I still feel it. It's arrived.
We got company. Ships, capital-sized, whole bunch of them. Can't tell if they're yours or ours, but one of them's dropping in to visit.
As important as Arcus and Derek were to the cause, their deaths won't stop us. They won't even slow us down.
That voice. I've heard it before.
It's Revan.
I almost had the infinite army I wanted so badly. But even without them, I have enough.
I watched you take your last breath and say your last words.
Oh, I was dead. For all of a blink. I've been reborn. My mind is clearer, my power intensified, and now, with the Order under my command, I'm unstoppable.
You're telling me the Revanites weren't always under your control?
At first, I wanted nothing to do with them. I was no prophet. Then I saw them in a new light. A secret group of devotees waiting to follow my lead without question, to help me save the galaxy. I was a fool to ever disregard them. I finally let the Revanites into my world. A world you have to be erased from.
Turbo lasers are locking on! Get out of there!
Oh, lovely.
We can't reach you in Jakaro's ship. Take the shuttle.
Yeah, time to go. Before he brings the whole temple down on us. And here we are, back once again. Oh. Secrets within secrets. Seems Lana couldn't show her face here on the Imperial fleet. Let's go see what this is all about, shall we? Did get another mail. Right. So this must have been after our time under the water of Manan, but the Revanites.
You made it.
The way Revan was laying waste to that place, I wasn't sure you'd come out of it in one piece.
What are you talking about? I'm hardly in one piece.
Anyway, my point is, I'm glad you got out of there. Any ally right now is a welcome ally.
We took care of Arcus, Darok, and their infinite army, but where does that leave us?
It's a good question. Now that we know Revan's in the picture, everything changes. For the worse. In fact, it's already started.
Whatever do you mean?
I'll fill you in, D4. Come on, Jakaro. Let's give him a chance to talk. Lana, when you're done, we can start picking out backwaters to go lie low in.
Some good news. I was able to extract a good amount of data from the Infinite Army conscription console. Unfortunately, we can't possibly hand it over to our Imperial colleagues. The Revanites have just proven they're everywhere. Jakaro's had 12 death sentences declared on him. Theron's been disavowed by the SIS. And the Empire's placed a bounty on my head for the murder of Darth Arcus.
Whoever's behind this will answer to me. Everyone will know you're innocent.
I appreciate that, Roth. I do. But you can't fight this. Our names can't be cleared unless we expose the Revanites. And we can't expose the Revanites without knowing who to expose. The way forward is clear. Theron, Jakaro, and I are going underground. We'll find a way to uncover Revan's plan and stop him.
Since we can't take the direct approach anymore, the three of you working in secret is our best option.
If I may suggest, you should continue normally with your life. Right now, you are the closest thing the Empire has to a soul, Roth. Without you, they'll forget themselves, fall apart. Be who you are. But be observant, and tell no one the truth about us or what you know. Above all, do not try to contact me.
Make this plan work, Lana.
I'll do everything in my power. All our fates ultimately rest in your hands. Remember that.
Yeah, no pressure. Okay. Oh, we must select one of these. So I believe that ends the prelude. We can now actually go into the Shadow of Revan expansion proper. So let's get ourselves back on board the Fury. And we'll wind down once again. Get ourselves comfortable, ready to proceed next time. Okay, looking good. So, there. Was there always an item modification station on my ship? Maybe there was, maybe I bought it accidentally. Possibly. Either way, we'll take a break here. Thank you all for joining me with the third part of the Forged Alliances series. When we come back, as I say, we will get contacted once again by... well... we'll be given some information, let's put it that way. That'll hopefully point us in the direction of the Order of Revan and allow us to unravel more of this conspiracy within both the Republic and the Empire. I don't want to give too much away, I should really stop rambling. Thank you all for joining me. Feel free to leave a comment if you so wish, and hopefully I'll see you for even more next time. Until then, though, take care. Bye-bye now.